guys, it's Lindsay. We're gonna do the reading for, I did water, earth, air. Nope, I didn't do air. So we're gonna do air for the month of November 2025. As always, if any of these messages don't align for you, please take only what you need and leave the rest. This is a group reading, so not all the messages are going to be for everybody. I will try to get specific messages so people can get confirmation. Confirmation, there we go. Okay. What are we doing? Let's see. We're going to start off with a general reading. I'm going to start off reading the Wisdom of the Oracle deck, and then I'll probably go into another deck. I've been using this one a lot. General reading for air signs, November 2025. General reading for air signs, November 2025. Spirit, general reading for air signs. Okay. And I think I've gotten this a lot. For air signs in general, it's really important for you and us, I'm an Aquarius, to ground in and be physically present in the body, because you're getting round and round, which is like giving a lot of cyclical thoughts in the mind, constant worries, constant struggles, thoughts in the mind that just really are the same, right? So that can really put us into a fight or flight response. So the way that it's coming in, you got the here and now, which is literally be present in your body. Do whatever it takes to be present in your body. So that can look like exercise, that can look like deep breathing, whatever works for you, air signs, is really important right now, because it's not about escaping the body. It's about actually allowing the emotions to be felt in the body and be moved through the body in a way that is conducive to be healing, wellness, etc., etc. You're also, air signs, being guided by higher power right now. This is the number 4. So if you interact with any beings, as far as angels, spirit guides, or anything like that, now is the time to open up those avenues of communication with them. You know, have conversations with them, talk with them like you would a friend or anything like that, and really just kind of give your concerns, those thoughts that you're having over and over again, give them to your guides, to those higher power consciousness that can help you navigate from a level that is above, you know, the human level, because we can only see so far, right? At a human level, we can only see so far. And I think a lot of the cyclical thoughts that are coming through right now for the air signs are because that sight is only so much, right? So can't get a hold on the wider perspective because you're seeing from a very human perspective, okay? So let's go into Aquarius first and see what's showing up for Aquarius at this time. I'm getting cold, Aquarius. So it's in here. It's cold. We're finally getting like fall feeling. But there is this temperature gauge within the body, Aquarius. There's a need to be warm, so really introducing warmth into your body. So warm drinks, warm food, nourishing the body, keeping it warm. And a lot of, well, specifically, I've studied a little bit of traditional Chinese medicine. It is good to keep the body warm, right? It helps it to function at a better level. This is specifically true for women, you know, women wearing socks all the time to keep the heat in the body, because women lose the heat in the body quite a bit faster. I'm not a doctor, but this is what I've come to understand through this practice. So for Aquarius, the necessity of keeping the body warm at this point, you know, wearing multiple layers, moving when you need to move is very important right now for your overall health and well-being. And it also helps to keep you out of that stagnation of the constant thought process, right? So again, you got never ending story, but you got it upside down, which is telling yourself the same story, and in that way, that is also taking away nourishment from your body, because when you're using your energy to reaffirm a story to yourself that it is negative in connotations, your energy is not going to the wellness of your body, okay? So also be mindful of the thoughts and where your energy is going. Not only are you nourishing yourself on a physical level, keeping your body warm, keeping your body fed, keeping your body comfortable, on a mental level as well, you know. It's exactly it, because look, these cards are literally the same card. So you had the thinking card, but we had the thinking card upside down. It's quite literally the same card. Okay, let's see if we can get any specific messages for Aquarius, who are watching as confirmation, spirit, specific messages for Aquarius. Okay, there's something with dots I'm not quite understanding. Hang on. Can I get a little clarification on that, spirit? What is that? Okay. This is weird, but what I'm seeing is almost like, you know when you play bingo and you have those little circles that you move on the bingo card, or sometimes you punch out the bingo card? That's what I'm seeing. So I'm not quite under... Okay. The way it's coming through is that you're punching out the circles, Aquarius. You're playing the card, you're playing the game, you're punching out the circles. But what you're seeing is the punched out circles, right? You're not seeing yourself getting closer to the answer. All you're seeing is the fact that you're losing not losing, but you're removing things with every circle, right? So it's almost like a game of elimination, right? So you're eliminating things, and what you're focusing on are the things that you're eliminating, right? But you're not focusing on the fact that you're coming closer to the solution of what's troubling your mind. So you had mending, but you had mending upside down. Okay? And you have chop wood, and then you have clean it up at the bottom of the deck. So you just keep going, Aquarius. Just keep going in the action towards what you're trying to solve, but not through the mind, through the action of continuing, right? So one step in front of the other, okay? So my mother says this thing a lot, and she goes, you only know what you know, right? You can't worry about what you don't know. You only know what you know. And basically it's like, if you're always worrying about the unknown, you're not being present, right? So it's like, I don't worry about what I don't know, okay? And that can be hard for people to do, right? Because especially if you're in like a fight or flight situation, whatever the situation is, you've been kind of set into a space where you're constantly deciding, is something a threat or is it not a threat, right? So, and it's because in the past you've had to see whether or not something was a threat, right? So but you're still stuck in this space. Okay? So now is the time to release that, is this a threat? Is it not a threat? Fight or flight response within the body. And stop looking for all the possible problems and start looking at the fact that you're getting closer to your solution. Yeah, and we have yang on the floor. So yang in itself, as we were talking about nourishing the body, I was talking about traditional Chinese medicine. Yang is often the physical, right? So yin is usually associated with the etheric, the mind, the feminine, the kind of effervescent energy. Yang is very much the physical, like the heavy, strong, present power. That's the masculine energy, okay? So it's just reaffirming that necessity of putting yourself in your body right now, Aquarius, more than anything, and making that your top priority, and not making it so much finding the solution through your mind, but being present in your body and allowing the solution to come to you, right? Okay. I'm gonna do Libra. Libra got here and now as well. I told you, we all need to be in our bodies. We all need to be in our bodies. It would also suggest, if you're not someone who's typically within your body, if you don't work out a lot or anything like that, doing any type of gentle massage so you can become aware of the sensations in your body is really helpful. Instead of like trying to think about them, feeling them actually, right? So you can look up, gentle massage techniques on YouTube or whatever, but that helps a lot with presence. So like I do a lot of Qigong. I also try to do gentle massage like either in the morning or in the evening, because it stimulates the lymphatic system. It stimulates a whole bunch of different systems in the body, right? It stimulates movement and presence. And that may be some way, if you're not used to engaging with your body on that level, to open up a conversation with your physical self, Libra, and really kind of tap into what's going on with your body. Because if you're constantly thinking, you're not actually feeling, which is exactly what I was talking about with Aquarius. Yours in particular, Libra, has to do with being around the home. There's something specific around the home. You have no place like home card. It's a really beautiful card. I love that. They're so whimsical. Yours has to do with around the home. So yours, Libra, may even have to do with not just the physical body, but actually nesting within the home. So really cleaning out your home, going through everything, cleaning the floor, cleaning whatever you need to clean so you can become aware of your physical surroundings. So a lot of the times our physical surroundings will reflect what we're feeling inside, right? And so for you in particular, I think going through your home and kind of understanding and going through the clutter is going to be very cathartic for you on an emotional level and allow you to get out of your head, okay? I'm specifically seeing, so what I do when I clean my house, when I do, like, I'll do a spring and I'll do fall cleaning, a big one. When I go to wash the floor, and I wash the floor and I also wash the walls. So if you didn't know, you should wash your walls. If you didn't know, dust doesn't just cling to like a flat surface. It clings to vertical surfaces as well, okay? So what I usually do when I'm going to go wash the walls and the floor, and make sure you're always cleaning your water, obviously, because it gets dirty really quick. But I'll do whatever the soap is that I have, and then I will do essential oil. So like whatever smells good, like a tea tree or orange or something like that. And as I'm actually washing the home, I am blessing the home. So I'll start from one side and I'll go across and I'll wash it, but I'm also blessing it, right? And you get this really beautiful aroma from the tea tree oils, and it's more of an intentional thing. So for you, Libra, I see that type of intention behind the cleaning of your house is methodically cleaning. And I also see you going through your clothes, and not just going through your clothes and giving them away, but if you have like beautiful pieces that you have friends or family that would really love them, and maybe you don't wear them anymore, gifting them to your friends and family intentionally as a way of sharing your wealth and abundance in an energetic way. So I'm very blessed with friends who gift me very beautiful things all the time. So maybe it no longer resonates for them. And I do as well. I gift them, I'll gift them little paintings or things like that. But, or if I have a crystal that no longer resonates for me, I will gift it to a friend. So that's a way of energetically, kind of releasing yourself from the weight of all the things in your house, but also changing the energy. Okay, so through gifting, because your friends and your family in some ways can be also soulmates, right? So it's connecting those ties, connecting through community and support, especially if you've been hermiting a lot, Libra. I see you hermiting, and okay, that's fine. Like, we all need that. But I also think just going out and getting a coffee and getting out of your house even after you've cleaned it, so when you come back you can really settle in and be like, oh, the house is clean, I feel better, the air is clean, I've done my little blessing of the house, whatever that looks like for you. Okay, so that's Libra. We did Aquarius. Sorry. I'm just trying to think of whether or not I did Sagittarius on the fire reading. And this is why we need to get out of our heads, because I'm doing the air reading and I'm over here thinking about the fire reading, right? So, yes. So, Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. See, and this is the thing. So if you're in your brain all the time, like I'm in my brain all the time, you're actually burning through your brain. So that's why it's good to give it a rest, right? It's good to get it in the physical, because you have to, re-energize your brain. New life, Gemini. New life. Okay. Hearing turning over a new leaf, but I'm also seeing like somebody turning over in bed. It's almost like Gemini cocooning, which is very similar. We're talking about Libra and their hermiting mode. You're doing a cocooning thing, which is, that chrysalis, that new life. So you have the cards Why and By the Book. Why and By the Book. It's interesting because one has a book in it and one talks about a book. I feel like you're going into studying, and this may be a good way from distracting you from all the questioning that you have in your life right now. I feel like for you, Gemini, especially, like, you're similar to Aquarius in that way. We love to study, right? We love to have something to study, to learn, all these types of things. I feel like for you at this point, it's very important for you to have something to study, something to learn. So if there's been something you're interested, taking a course online and taking something, you need to keep your mind occupied. by things that are positive, right? So if you're having something to learn, you're not constantly thinking about all the other things, Gemini. And I think that's the way that it's coming through. And this is so weird. I'm psychic, guys. I'm psychic. We're talking about yang being in the body, and then we're talking about yin, which is being in the mind. And we're talking about that with Gemini, who needs to study something. I'm also seeing someone studying for the bar exam, so I don't know if that's somebody specific. You know, studying to become a lawyer or anything like that. Keep your mind occupied by things that help you learn and grow, Gemini. That's what's coming through right now. Okay. Yeah, so that's the air reading for November 2025. My name is Lindsey Rose. This is Storyteller Tarot. If you would like your own reading, please just check out the links in bio. As always, I wish you guys well.